Welcome back to the channel. Today's exciting journey into the world of rare and valuable US coins. In this video, we're uncovering the truth behind the legendary Kennedy half dollar, exploring hidden errors, real market value, and the secrets that separate ordinary coins from extraordinary treasures. Stay with us, because what looks like spare change today could be a powerful discovery tomorrow. Let's get the sad art at top 3 first up. The world of rare US coins is full of mystery, hype, and unbelievable stories, and few coins spark as much curiosity as the Kennedy half dollar. Ever since it first appeared in American pockets, this coin has been surrounded by rumors of secret fortunes, hidden treasures, and life-changing discoveries. People all over the world dream that one ordinary-looking half dollar could suddenly turn them into overnight millionaires. That dream alone keeps collectors searching through old jars, dusty drawers, and forgotten piggy banks. Many viral stories claim that the 1972 Kennedy half dollar is a legendary ultra-rare Liberty coin worth millions of dollars. These stories spread fast because they promise something powerful: instant wealth. The idea that a single coin could transform your future overnight is irresistible. But here, where the story becomes even more fascinating, because the real value of this coin isn't about fantasy, it's about rarity, condition, and hidden details most people never notice. The Kennedy half dollar was introduced in 1964 as a tribute to President John F. Kennedy after his assassination. Early issues were struck in high silver content, which instantly made them desirable. However, by 1972, the U.S. Mint had moved away from silver for regular circulation half dollars. The 1972 Mint mark, struck in Denver, was produced in very large numbers, meaning most examples are not rare at all, but that doesn't mean they're worthless. What truly excites collectors are exceptional pieces, coins with dramatic mint errors, flawless condition, or unusual striking anomalies. A normal 1972 Kennedy half dollar might only be worth face value, but a coin with a strong off-center strike, double die features, clipped planchets, or missing layers can suddenly jump into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars. That's where the real treasure hunt begins. Another factor that fuels big prices is condition. Coins graded at the highest professional levels, such as MS-67 or higher, are incredibly difficult to find. Only a tiny fraction of 1972 half dollars survive decades without scratches, bag marks, or wear. When such a coin appears at auction, competition among collectors can drive prices shockingly high compared to ordinary examples. Despite the rumors, it's important to be honest. There is no confirmed 1972 Kennedy half dollar worth millions of dollars. The so-called bicentennial coins belong to 1976, not 1972, and they feature a completely different design. But myths like these keep the coin world exciting and motivate people to learn more, research deeper, and truly understand what makes a coin valuable. And that's where many people miss their opportunity. They spend coins without checking them, assuming value only comes from age. In reality, errors, low population grades, and historical demand are what create real money in numismatics. A coin doesn't need to be centuries old to be valuable, it needs to be extraordinary. So before you dismiss that Kennedy half dollar in your collection, take a closer look. Examine the edges, the lettering, the strike quality, and the overall surface. What looks ordinary at first glance could hide a rare mint mistake that collectors would pay serious money to own. Many valuable coins were discovered exactly this way, by someone curious enough to look twice. The true power of coin collecting isn't false promises of instant billions, it's knowledge. Understanding what to look for turns ordinary people into smart collectors. That's how real profits are made, and that's how hidden value is uncovered. Coins don't magically change your fortune, but knowledge absolutely can. So stick around, keep learning, and never underestimate the coins you already have. The next time you hear a story about a coin worth millions, remember this: real treasure isn't just metal, it's what you know about it. And that knowledge might just lead you to a discovery far more valuable than you ever imagined. So if you've ever wondered whether a simple coin could change your life, this is your wake-up call. Check those old jars, inherited collections, and forgotten piggy banks carefully. Because sometimes, wealth doesn't come wrapped in gold bars. It comes disguised as pocket change, waiting for the right person to recognize its true power. The 1972 Kennedy half dollar stands as one of the most captivating, misunderstood, and wildly talked about coins in the history of U.S. numismatics, because what appears to be an ordinary 50-cent piece can, under rare and extraordinary circumstances, transform into a jaw-dropping discovery worth serious money. Born from the powerful legacy of President John F. Kennedy, this coin carries emotional weight, historical depth, and a sense of mystery that continues to fuel collector obsession around the world. While millions were produced at the Denver Mint, only a tiny number possess the critical features that ignite massive value, such as rare minting errors, dramatic double dies, misaligned strikes, or near-perfect surfaces preserved over decades. These exceptional pieces are not just coins, they are hidden treasures, sometimes discovered in old piggy banks, inherited collections, or forgotten piles of loose change, turning ordinary people into shocked owners of something far greater than pocket money. What drives the excitement is the realization that a single overlooked detail can elevate a common coin into a high-demand collectible chased by elite buyers at auctions, where prices can skyrocket as collectors battle for ownership. This is why experts constantly warn never to spend old US coins without inspection, because history, rarity, and condition can collide in one small piece of metal and create unbelievable value. In today's booming collector market, where demand is global and information spreads instantly, the legend of the Kennedy half-dollar continues to grow, reminding everyone that fortune sometimes hides in plain sight, waiting silently in a drawer or jar for the moment it is finally recognized. Next up, the story of the Kennedy half-dollar is one of emotion, mystery, and explosive value, and that is exactly why collectors around the world are obsessed with it. First introduced in 1964 to honor the late President John F. Kennedy, this coin instantly became more than currency. It became a symbol of history, patriotism, and legacy. Over time, certain Kennedy half-dollars shocked the numismatic world by reaching jaw-dropping prices, turning ordinary-looking coins into life-changing treasures. Among the most talked-about coins is the 1973 D Kennedy half-dollar, a coin surrounded by rumors, collector hype, and misunderstood rarity. While 1973 coins were never released for general circulation in large numbers, many were struck specifically for mint sets, making high-grade examples incredibly hard to find today. This limited availability is what fuels the imagination of collectors and sparks headlines about coins worth fortunes. What truly drives value in the coin world is not just age, it's rarity, condition, and story. A Kennedy half-dollar with sharp details, flawless surfaces, and strong luster can be worth exponentially more than a worn example. When a coin survives decades without scratches or damage, collectors are willing to pay staggering amounts to own it. Now let's address the word everyone loves to hear, million-dollar coin. While not every 1973 D Kennedy half-dollar is worth millions, there are ultra-rare error coins, special strikes, and pristine specimens that have sold for shocking prices. These are the coins that ignite dreams and keep people searching through old drawers, piggy banks, and inherited collections. Error coins are where the real magic happens. Misaligned strikes, double dies, off-center impressions, or missing elements can transform a normal Kennedy half-dollar into a numismatic monster. Collectors crave these mistakes because they were never meant to exist, making them extremely scarce and unbelievably valuable. Another powerful factor is silver content. Earlier Kennedy half-dollars were struck in 90% and later 40% silver, and silver alone gives these coins intrinsic value. When silver prices rise, so does collector demand, creating a perfect storm where history, metal, and rarity collide. Grading is the final gatekeeper to extreme value. Coins graded MS67, MS68, or higher by professional services are elite survivors. Only a handful exist at these levels, and competition among collectors can drive prices into the stratosphere. One grade point can mean the difference between hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is why experts always warn, never clean a coin. Cleaning destroys original surfaces and can wipe out most of its value instantly. A dirty coin with natural tunning is far more valuable than a shiny one that's been scrubbed. In the coin world, originality is everything. What keeps audiences hooked is the idea that anyone could be holding a hidden fortune. These coins were once everyday money. They passed through hands, pockets, and cash registers just like any other. The thought that one could still be hiding in plain sight is irresistible. The Kennedy half-dollar also carries emotional power. It represents a pivotal moment in American history, a nation in mourning, and a legacy frozen in metal. That emotional connection adds fuel to collector demand and makes these coins timeless. Social media and auction headlines have amplified the excitement, spreading stories of rare Kennedy half-dollars selling for astonishing sums. While some claims are exaggerated, they serve one purpose: they inspire people to look twice at what they already own. If you have US coins, especially Kennedy half-dollars, the smartest move is to pause before spending them. A few seconds of inspection could protect a treasure that's been hiding for decades. Dates, mint marks, errors, and condition all matter more than most people realize. The world of rare coins is full of surprises, and the Kennedy half-dollar sits right at the center of that excitement. It proves that wealth doesn't always come from gold bars or bank accounts. Sometimes it's hiding in a small silver disc. That's why today's video is so important. We're not just talking about coins, we're talking about possibility. the possibility that history, rarity, and luck might collide in your hands. So before you ignore that old coin jar or inherited collection, take a closer look. Because in the world of numismatics, one small coin can carry unimaginable value, and the next life-changing discovery could be closer than you ever imagined. The Kennedy half-dollar is one of the most shocking, mysterious, and attention-grabbing coins in U.S. history. And its story continues to electrify collectors even today because this coin is not just money. It is a powerful symbol of history, rarity, and hidden wealth that can completely change a person's life overnight. First released after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy, the coin instantly became a national treasure, and over time certain issues, especially rare dates, mint marks, high-grade examples, and unusual errors, have reached mind-blowing values that sound almost unreal. The idea that an ordinary-looking Kennedy half-dollar, possibly sitting unnoticed in an old drawer, piggy bank, or inherited coin box, could be worth an extraordinary amount of money is what fuels endless excitement in the numismatic world. Collectors know that rarity, pristine condition, minting mistakes, and historical demand can push values to extreme levels, turning a simple half-dollar into a dream-making discovery. This is why experts always say never spend old US coins without checking them carefully, because once in a lifetime, a single rare coin can unlock unimaginable wealth. The Kennedy half-dollar represents hope, history, and opportunity all pressed into one small piece of metal. And that powerful combination is what keeps millions of people searching, believing, and dreaming that the next legendary coin could already be in their hands. Next up, the Kennedy half-dollar has always carried an aura of mystery, power, and emotion. But when people hear 1974 D mint mark, curiosity instantly explodes. This coin represents more than spare change. It symbolizes American history, the legacy of President John F. Kennedy, and the thrilling possibility that an ordinary-looking coin could hide extraordinary value. The excitement around rare Kennedy half-dollars continues to grow, pulling collectors and treasure hunters deeper into the world of numismatics. What makes the Kennedy half-dollar so emotionally powerful is its origin. First minted in 1964 after the tragic assassination of President Kennedy, this coin became an instant national symbol. Americans saved them, hoarded them, and treated them as keepsakes rather than currency. By the time the 1974 D Kennedy half-dollar was struck in Denver, millions were already paying close attention to every detail, because sometimes, tiny details create massive fortunes. Now here, where the real thrill begins. While a regular 1974 D Kennedy half-dollar is common, rare varieties, mint errors, and exceptional conditions are what turn this coin into a collector's dream. Coins with sharp strikes, deep mirrored surfaces, or flawless preservation can command shocking prices. And if an error is involved, double dies, off-center strikes, missing clad layers, the value can jump from pocket change to life-changing money. Many people don't realize that the most valuable coins are often discovered by accident. Hidden in old jars, forgotten drawers, piggy banks, or inherited collections, these coins sit silently for decades. That's why experts constantly remind people, never spend old US coins without checking them first. One overlooked detail could mean the difference between an ordinary day and a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. The 1974 D Kennedy half-dollar becomes especially exciting when found in uncirculated or proof-like condition. Coins that never entered circulation, preserved with original mint luster, can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. When grading services certify a coin as MS67 or higher, collectors compete fiercely, pushing prices to astonishing levels at auctions. Then there are the legendary error coins, the true stars of numismatics. A rare mint error can multiply a coin's value beyond imagination. Some Kennedy half-dollars with dramatic errors have sold for tens of thousands of dollars, fueling rumors, excitement, and endless searching. These stories keep collectors awake at night, wondering if their coin might be the one. Another factor that ignites attention is silver. While 1974 Kennedy half-dollars are not silver like the 1964 issues, many people confuse them, and that confusion adds to the mystery. The earlier silver versions already command strong prices, and that legacy spills over, making later coins highly desirable when found in exceptional form. History, rarity, and demand collide, creating explosive value potential. The world of rare coins is driven by psychology as much as metal. When collectors believe a coin is special, prices rise fast. A single high-profile auction sale can transform an overlooked coin into a global sensation overnight. That's how everyday coins suddenly become headlines and why stories of million-dollar coins spread like wildfire. This is exactly why YouTube videos and collector communities thrive on Kennedy half-dollars. Every scratch, letter, mint mark, and edge is analyzed under magnification. People dream of discovering a coin that experts missed, a silent treasure hiding in plain sight. Hope is the fuel of coin collecting, and Kennedy half dollars deliver it in abundance. What truly captivates audiences is the idea that wealth doesn't always come from banks or investments. It might already be sitting in your home. That possibility is intoxicating. Coins are small, portable, and overlooked, making them the perfect hidden treasure. A single discovery can rewrite a person's financial story forever. The 1974 D. Kennedy half dollar reminds us that value isn't always obvious. Sometimes it's locked behind condition, rarity, or a microscopic mistake made decades ago. That's why collectors say every coin deserves a second look, because the next one you examine could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Even if your coin isn't a jackpot, learning its story adds meaning. Each Kennedy half dollar passed through countless hands, witnessed economic change, and survived history. That emotional connection is why collectors pay premiums, not just for metal but for legacy and symbolism. As interest in rare U.S. coins continues to skyrocket, Kennedy half dollars remain at the center of attention. New collectors enter the market daily, competition increases, and prices rise. What seems common today could become scarce tomorrow, making patience and knowledge incredibly powerful tools. So the next time you hear coins clinking in a drawer, pause, take a closer look. Examine the mint mark, the surface, the shine, because the most valuable discoveries often begin with curiosity. Your fortune may not arrive loudly, it may whisper from a small silver-colored coin. Stick around, because in the world of rare coins, surprises are everywhere, and the Kennedy half dollar might just be worth far more than anyone ever told you. The Kennedy half dollar is not just a coin. It is a symbol of hidden power, silent wealth, and forgotten fortune. And when people hear about rare dates like the 1974 D mint mark, imagination runs wild, because this ordinary-looking piece of metal carries an extraordinary story beneath its surface. A story of American history, mystery, and the thrilling possibility that a single coin resting unnoticed in a drawer piggy bank or old collection could be worth far more than its face value, changing someone's life overnight. Born from the legacy of President John F. Kennedy, these coins were saved by millions, overlooked by others, and quietly traveled through time, waiting for collectors who understand that rarity, condition, mint errors, and demand are what transform common currency into unbelievable treasure. And while most people spend such coins without a second thought, seasoned numismatists know that a flawless strike, uncirculated condition, or rare mint error can send value soaring into thousands. Or in extreme cases, create legends of million-dollar sales that fuel dreams across the world. This is why the Kennedy half dollar continues to dominate conversations in the coin-collecting universe, because it represents hope, surprise, and the powerful idea that wealth does not always come from banks or investments, but may already be sitting quietly in your home, waiting for the right eyes to recognize it, making every clink of old coins a reminder that history, rarity, and opportunity can collide at any moment, and that sometimes, the smallest objects carry the biggest possibilities.